it's quite a sad situation. How do we fix the things now? How do we fix this problem? The listeners, the youth out there who are listening to podcasts, they're going to hear this. So what can they do to make a difference in this?
A lot needs to be done at many levels. Okay, so but I'll make it very simple. So we need to connect to the source first. We need to reduce our demand as much as we can, and we don't have to be perfect in that. Okay, if I love taking a shower, let's say if I'm habitual of taking a shower 7 times a day, why don't I cut it to 3 times? Just start imperfectly, but why not just start? Okay, and and
Also, we did one project on water a few years ago, so I had researched about some of these numbers. So when you keep a tap on full power for 15 seconds, it's 1 liter.
yeah,
And if you keep the power maybe at 50% or less, you can still do the cleaning job,
yeah,
because water is the most soluble substance on this planet.
right,
So even with low water pressure, you can clean your dishes, clean your hands properly. You don't need the full pressure all the time. And even with one toilet flush is about 13 to 15 liters, and
I
that's
think it's about 6 or 7 liters,
Okay.
like that.
so those are
Yeah.
6 bottles of water.
Yeah.
You can imagine 6 1-liter bottles of water.
And I'll just relate this to one of my field visits in Kutch, and this is where disparity comes. Like our one flush is around 6 liters, and there are families in Kutch living in coastal Kutch that survive on just 10 liters per day, in which they do everything. They drink, they bathe, they wash, and there are families that survive on even less. So we need to keep that in mind, that because we are living in a certain situation and we are sharing a resource that is common to all, and we are getting it so effortlessly, we have a huge responsibility on us.
Yeah. I remember once in a school workshop, we spoke to the children and gave them this example, that if one child has a lot of money and the other one doesn't, and the rich one keeps the taps on all the time at home and uses up all the water just because they can afford it. Meanwhile, the other family, they can't even afford that much water, so they have to save all the water. But in the end of the day, the groundwater table finishes and nobody has any water left.
Yeah.
So, you look at the different types of people over there, so you should not be that person who finishes the entire groundwater table for everybody else. And just because you can afford it, it's going to affect everybody. So you have to think smart and use things wisely. These
Right.
are resources for everyone.
Right. And for water, I think it's more about availability and accessibility than affordability right now.